October 11th. I mean, to millions of Disney fans, it's a date that's basically etched in cinematic history.
Oh, absolutely.
Right. It's the birthday of the long-lost twins from The Parent Trap. But for the woman who played their iconic nanny, Chessie, that date became a real-life cosmic coincidence. So strange, she actually called the director to ask what kind of hex had been put on her.
I am already getting chills just thinking about that.
Yeah, welcome to today's deep dive. We are peeling back the curtain on Hollywood drama, TV industry shakeups, and the stories behind the fame. And today, we're focusing on one of our absolute favorite TV teachers from Abbott Elementary.
The amazing Lisa Ann Walter.
Exactly. We are talking about what practically no one knew about her real life and her 4 kids. Because let me tell you, that Parent Trap energy, it did not stop when the cameras transitioned to the wrap party.
It really didn't. And we've been pulling from a huge stack of sources for you today. We've got entertainment reporting from Distractify, Just Jared, Bustle, and Woman's World.
Plus some really great biographical data from encyclopedia.com, right?
Yeah, and deeply personal interviews from The Jennifer Hudson Show and Ancestry. So our mission today is to explore how life doesn't just imitate art for Lisa Ann Walter. It practically plagiarizes it.
It's like a Hollywood script come to life.
Totally. So let's jump right into this Parent Trap hex, because the irony of her fame here is just incredible.
You have to explain this to the listeners, because when I first read it, it sounded like a literal glitch in the Matrix.
It really does. So according to reports from Distractify and Bustle, Lisa is a super proud mom of 4. She's got an older son, Jordan, and a daughter, Delia, from her first marriage.
Yay, 4 kids. That's a busy household.
Oh, definitely. But it is her younger, identical twin sons, Simon and Spencer, that really have the internet spinning. Because they were born on, well, you can probably guess.
October 11th.
Exactly, October 11th. The exact same birthday as Hallie and Annie, the twins in The Parent Trap.
Stop it.
Yeah.
That is just, it's wild because, she played the woman who first realized the girls were twins in the movie, right? Chessie was the one who figured it out.
Yeah, she was the one who noticed they both had the exact same allergy or whatever. And then she goes on to have her own actual set of identical twins on their literal cinematic birthday.
What are the odds of a person's real life adopting the precise plot mechanics of their biggest movie?
Practically zero. It's so weird that Lisa even told the Hijinks podcast that she called the film's director Nancy Meyers.
Wait, she actually called her?
Yeah, she called her up and jokingly asked, what hex did you put on me?
That is so funny. I love that she leans into it instead of just shrugging it off. It's like a badge of honor.
Right, but here's where it gets really ironic. Because while Hallie and Annie in the movie were identical in every possible way, down to their personalities and quirks, Lisa says her real-life boys are total opposites.
Oh, really? In what way?
Well, according to her interviews, one is a righty and one is a lefty.
Oh, wow. Mirror twins.
Yeah, and personality-wise, they are night and day. One is this creative, sort of emo musician type, and the other one works in IT and is super outgoing.
That's hilarious. So the universe gave her the identical twins on the exact movie date, but then was like, yeah, but we're going to make them completely different people.
Exactly. It completely breaks the whole Hollywood twin trope, where twins are just clones of each other, used for a plot device. Real parenting is so much messier and more interesting.
Which honestly leads us right into the next part of her life that I found so fascinating.
Yeah.
Because having a famous mom isn't always red carpets and glitz for these kids.
Oh, not at all. Sometimes it is just plain awkward.
Awkward family dynamics. This is my favorite segment. Because we see Lisa Ann Walter as this total powerhouse, right? Like, she is a comedy legend. She's Melissa Schmenti on Abbott Elementary.
She's iconic.
Right. But to her kids, she is just mom. And apparently, she is highly embarrassing.
Oh, it's the classic curse of being a parent. No matter how many Emmys you win, you're still just the uncool mom.
Totally. Yeah. She revealed on the Jennifer Hudson Show that her kids, even the older ones who are, in their 30s, won't even pick up her FaceTimes.
Yeah, I saw that clip. She was like, I could be on fire. And they would just text back, what's up?
It is so real. If you are listening right now and you have teenagers or adult kids, you know this feeling.
Oh, yeah. They tell her to stop dancing in the kitchen. They actually ask her, why are you trying to be funny?
Imagine looking at a professional, globally recognized comedian and asking why she's trying to be funny.
It's brutal, but developmentally it makes sense. Kids have to push back against their parents to form their own identity. If your mom is a huge star, you kind of have to find her embarrassing just to keep your own ego intact.
That's actually a really good point. but they don't seem to mind her fame when it benefits them.
Oh, here we go, the Jimmy Kimmel story.
Yes, you have to tell this story, because my jaw dropped when I read the Just Jared piece about this.
Okay, so Lisa was on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and she dropped this absolute bombshell. She was out on the road doing a stand-up comedy tour, and she brought one of her sons with her.
Which is sweet, honestly. Family bonding.
Right, very sweet. Except he had just gone through a breakup and was newly single, and while he's hanging out at his mom's shows, he suddenly realizes that her audience is packed with, and this is a quote, smart and good-looking women.
Oh, no. He realized it was a target-rich environment.
Exactly. He actually started dating her fans.
Dude, that is the ultimate HR violation, but for a family business.
Yeah.
Like, you cannot date the customer base.
It's so messy. She eventually had to sit him down and literally lay down the law. She told him, dude, you cannot date my fans. That's not cool.
I mean, imagine the fallout if it goes bad. Someone leaves a terrible Yelp review for her comedy show because her son ghosted them.
Right. Loved the jokes, hated the son, 1 star.
It's just such a funny collision of her two worlds. But it really highlights how she has to set boundaries, which she is apparently incredibly good at.
Oh, she's a master at it.
Yeah.
If you look at her romantic history, the way she navigates blended families is so impressive.
Let's get into that, because her off-screen family dynamics are just as intricate as any script, like her first marriage.
Yeah, so she was married to a producer and writer named Sam Baum. They had Jordan and Delia together, and that marriage ended when he came out to her as gay.
Now, culturally, we are always taught that a situation like that ends in this bitter, dramatic Hollywood divorce.
Exactly. People expect anger and resentment. But Lisa looks back on it with so much fondness, she realized she just couldn't provide what he fundamentally needed to be happy.
That takes a lot of emotional maturity.
It really does, and they remained incredibly close. Sam apparently visits her house every single weekend. He actually refers to her as his sort of wife.
See, I love that. They completely redefined what their family looks like instead of just breaking it apart.
And the kids love it too. They actually joke about trying to parent trap them back together.
Okay, the irony there is almost too much to handle.
I know.
Her kids are trying to parent trap the woman from the Parent Trap to get her back with her gay ex-husband. That is a sitcom waiting to happen.
It really is, but it shows how functional they are. And she needed those strong boundaries because her second marriage, the one that gave her the twins that one ended due to infidelity.
Which is a totally different, much more painful kind of trauma to navigate.
Absolutely. But she didn't let it destroy her family unit. She just channeled all of that maternal protectiveness and love right back into her kids and, honestly, right into her work.
You can totally see that in Melissa Schimenti on Abbott Elementary. Like, that tough yet lovable, fiercely loyal character, that's not entirely acting. That's who Lisa is.
Yeah, and she intentionally bridges those worlds for her fans, too. Did you catch the Easter egg in Abbott Elementary?
The denim shirt? Yes.
Season 2, Episode 4. She's specifically requested to wear an oversized denim shirt in a kitchen scene as a direct nod to Chessie from The Parent Trap.
I remember the internet freaking out over that. It was such a sweet love letter to the people who grew up watching her.
It really was. But, this pattern of the past showing up in her present, it doesn't just stop with her acting roles.
No, it doesn't. And this is the part of the deep dive that gave me actual goosebumps. Because when we look at her family tree, the Parent Trap hex is not the only thing repeating in her life.
The ancestry interview.
Yes. So we've established she's this resilient, single mom hustling in Hollywood, providing for 4 kids. But when you look at her historical lineage, there is an ancestral echo that is just spooky.
Spooky is the right word. In this interview with Ancestry, Lisa discovered the story of her great-great-grandmother who lived through the Depression.
And a major tragedy hit her even before the Depression, right?
Yeah, her husband, Frank, died in the 1918 influenza epidemic.
Yep.
Which just devastated working families back then. So her great-great-grandmother was suddenly left entirely alone with 4 children.
Now wait until you hear the gender breakdown of those 4 kids.
3 boys and 1 girl.
Exactly the same as Lisa's own children. 3 boys, 1 girl.
It's unreal. But the story gets so much heavier. Because in the 1920s, a widow with 4 kids had basically no safety net. Women were shut out of most decent-paying jobs. So her ancestor had to make the heart-wrenching decision to temporarily place the children in an orphanage.
That sounds so extreme today, but orphanages functioned a bit differently back then, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. They were often used as temporary poverty shelters. So a desperate parent would place their kids there just to ensure they had food and a bed, while the parent worked themselves to the bone to build a stable life to get them back.
Which is exactly what she did. She took in what was called piecework, which is this grueling manual labor where you get paid pennies per item you complete. And she worked until her hands bled just to earn enough to bring her kids home.
And she did it. She got them all back. When Lisa found this out, she called it coming from a, quote, long line of strong matriarchs.
It makes you wonder, we joked about the movie Hex earlier, but looking at this ancestor, is this an ancestral hex, or is it just the genetic inheritance of sheer grit?
I'm going with grit. Behavioral epigenetics is a real thing. The idea that the resilience built to survive trauma can actually be passed down through generations. Lisa's hustle, her drive to do stand up, to act, to produce, to keep her family afloat, it's in her DNA.
And she uses that drive to help others now, which is the best part.
Right, her charity work. She partners with the Kids in Need Foundation and the company BIC.
Yes, to supply teachers with classroom materials, which is so perfectly aligned with her role on Abbott Elementary.
It's amazing. She literally hosted a pop-up supply closet for teachers, and whatever supplies were left over, she packed them up and donated them to schools in LA.
That is just pure, unadulterated matriarch energy.
It really is. She's taking the survival instinct of her great-great-grandmother and turning it outward to care for her community.
So when we synthesize all of this, what are we left with? I mean, Lisa Ann Walter's life perfectly encapsulates the bizarre, beautiful chaos of reality.
Absolutely. We look at people on screen and assume their lives are as scripted and tidy as the movies. But from cosmic birthday coincidences to unreturned FaceTimes, it's messy.
Beautifully messy. She's managing blended modern families, dealing with kids who don't think she's cool, and carrying the haunting echoes of these incredibly resilient ancestors.
It just reminds you that the people we idolize in entertainment are navigating lives that are just as profound and chaotic as our own.
Exactly. And it makes me think about that deliberate Easter egg she hid in Abbott Elementary, that denim shirt she wore to honor her past.
Yeah.
Which brings me to a final kind of lingering thought for you, the listener, to mull over today. If someone were to look really closely at your life right now, I mean your habits, the phrases you use, or even just your workspace, what hidden Easter egg would they find?
Oh, that's a great question.
Right. What small detail is sitting right there in the open that hints at a past version of you, or maybe a family legacy that you are completely unknowingly repeating?
It really makes you evaluate the patterns in your own life, because
Yeah.
we are all connected to our past in ways we don't always realize.
We really are. Well, keep an eye out for those Easter eggs in your own life. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
See you next time.